All right, what's going on, everybody? So I just wanted to do a live stream to show what the backyard and the side yard is looking like after seeding it's been about 4 weeks or so now. So I want to do an update on what that's looking like. I'm going to try to do more live streams just because it's just easier for me to make videos this way. Obviously, I'm not really editing, and life's just been really crazy. And I still want to put out content for you guys, but obviously the best and easiest way for me to do that is to just go live and show you guys what's going on, what I'm doing, and those types of things. I'll probably do some videos here and there where I'm still editing, but I'm going to try to do more live streams. I'm just trying to find that good balance for what works in my schedule and all those types of things. So like I said, I wanted to give you guys an update on how things are going in the backyard and on the side yard where I did some sodding and seeding. It's been about, I think it's been about 4 weeks. And I also wanted to kind of give you some of my thoughts on the blankets I used in the backyard as well. So let's just get right into this, and I'll show you guys what we're looking at right now. Thank you all for joining. I saw Jimmy, Grace Ortiz. I believe I saw everybody who's on. Thank you for joining. So here's the side yard. If you don't remember or you're not sure what I did on this area and in my backyard, there's links to videos in the description below. But I sodded. You can kind of see where I sodded. It's done a really good job of integrating in with the seed, but the sod, I put a strip up here, and then all this right here was sod. I'm not really surprised the sod doesn't look super good, just because this area doesn't get a ton of sun, and especially with us having less sunlight during this time of year, I'm not surprised it's kind of doing what it is. It's kind of laying down on itself, and it's just going to thin out because this obviously sod comes from a farm that doesn't have any shade. But where I seeded, the seed came in is doing really well. It's thin in some spots, but there's still some baby seeds coming up. I'm sure you can't see all this, but there is still some baby seedlings coming in. So the seed started here and the sod started here, and you can definitely see a distinct difference. Well, maybe you can't. I'm not sure how good the camera's picking that up, but the seed just looks a little bit better than the sod. I still think the sod will do fine. It'll pick up in the spring, but in general, it did a really good job of kind of blending in with the seed and the sod. Like I said, this strip right here is sod, and then the sod ended right here. And you can't really tell where it starts and ends, but overall, this area is 80 to 90% better. I mean, it's way better than what it was, because a lot of this was dirt, and it's just doing overall really well. So I'm pretty happy with this. I think we're looking good here. So now I want to take you guys to my backyard where I did. What's going on, Lawn Whisperer? Chris Gibson, how you doing, man? I'm going to take you guys to my backyard. And like I said, it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago that I did everything in my backyard. Again, if you're not 100% sure and you're just now catching up, I put links in the description of what I did on the side area of my lawn as well as my backyard. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over where I put the seeding blankets down and just kind of talk about my general thoughts on those things. So all of this area, I put a seeding blanket down. It was a netted seeding blanket. I can't say I'm disappointed. I am happy with it. It definitely helped with, well, first of all, we never really got a ton of rain to begin with to cause any sort of erosion issues. But if we did, I know 100% this would have helped out tremendously. The only thing I wasn't crazy about is some of the wood. Like this was like a wood fiber blanket, and you can kind of see like some of these spots on the blanket were really thick, And I think that's, in general, the germination wasn't really fast with the blanket. Like some spots were really good, like you can see down here. I mean, that's much thicker than it is, say, right up in here. And there is a lot of grass coming in. It's hard to see it because it's very thin and small. But it just seemed the grass seems to be very slow with germinating and growing where the blanket is. And I think I have a reasoning for that. I think it's because this side of the yard gets way more shade than the rest of it. I mean, my backyard in general gets a lot of shade, but this side typically gets more shade. So with the blanket on top of the seed, I just think it was, you know, kind of drowning out some of the sunlight and the heat. But again, it's still doing really well. Like I said, there's still a lot of grass growing in there. The camera makes it look worse than it actually is, but I think it's doing pretty well. And you may ask, like, I like, why didn't I pull up the blanket? And honestly, I started to pull up the blanket in certain areas, like this area, like right in here, right in this area. I pulled up the blanket and I stopped because I noticed it was pulling up quite a bit of the new grass that was coming in, and I didn't want to keep doing that and causing more issues and thinning out the area more than it already is. So I did cut out some of the blanket that was just kind of like lifting up and it wasn't staying down on the ground. I did cut that area out, and I noticed a little bit of a difference with how much better the grass kind of came in those areas that I cut out the blanket. But again, not super disappointed. In general, I think this did pretty well. And like I said, if I were to get any sort of torrential downpours, I know this blanket would have done a tremendous job as far as preventing erosion and keeping the majority of the seed in place. So I would recommend the seeding blankets if you're dealing with a slope like this and planning on seeding on a slope like this. If you're new, you're just now watching, this slope is a 25 degree slope. It's pretty steep. So it doesn't take much for seed and soil to wash away. So I wanted to go down to the far corner over here. I did put a blanket there, but I took most of it up, and you can kind of see a little bit more of what I'm talking about, how it was thin when I pulled the blanket up, and I dropped more seed down, and more seed is now coming up. So let's take a look at that. So the blanket actually came, like, I left part of the blanket, but the blanket actually came all the way up here. I believe it stopped about right there, went across and then back down. And I cut out a lot of that blanket, and I put more seed down after I cut it out. And you can see, like I said, the camera makes it look worse than it is, but there is a lot of baby grass coming in, and it's doing fairly well in general. So and then down on the bottom of the hill, this is the steepest part of the hill, if you can imagine it getting any more steep than 24 degrees. Here, let me come over here, and you guys can actually, from a profile, see kind of the change in the grade. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know, but it does slope down, and then it kind of gets a little steeper. And this area can be typically the thinnest, but it's not doing too bad. You know, I'm getting some good grass growing back here. And then we're back to the other side where the seeding blanket is. So overall, guys, like I said, I'm pretty happy. The backyard in general, because I overseeded the entire backyard. There's a ton of new grass coming in back here. It is filling in. It is recovering well from from the summer, because the backyard typically always gets hit pretty hard during the summer. It tends to thin out quite a bit, and I can see a lot of new grass coming in. You can see, maybe not, but that light green, that's all new seed, and then over there, that's new seed. I mean, you can see I overseeded the whole thing, and there's just a lot of new light grass. I mean, you probably can't see it on the camera, but overall, I'm pretty happy with how things are going back here. As happy as you can be for trying to grow grass on a hill this steep. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to show you guys. Can't believe the season's almost over, but honestly, looking forward to some downtime. As much as I love being out on the lawn, I think I enjoy the break as well. But I know by the end of winter, I am ready to get back out on the lawn and getting very antsy. But big week coming up, guys. That is this coming week is the week, or this week, we're already in this week, is the week of the GIE. I'm extremely excited to get there to meet so many of the YouTubers that I've been interacting with for over a year now, well over a year. I've been watching for even longer, and I finally get to meet so many of them and all of my viewers. Hopefully some of you guys are there and I get to meet you as well. So if you're able to make it to the GIE, I'm very excited. There's a lot of events that I'm going to be a part of, giveaway events with some of the sponsors that were related to Ben Sims' trip to America. I'm going to do a video later down the road, or in a few days actually. I might do it tomorrow. Might do it Tuesday. I'm not sure about where I'm going to be in regards to, or at the GIE, in regards to the giveaways and sponsors that are all part of Ben Sims, the Lawn Tips channel, his tour to America. I'm really excited he was able to get over here. I'm excited that this was a fun thing to work on for the community, and I hope everybody that is a part of it and all the viewers that get to watch it enjoy it a ton. So like I said, guys, at the very beginning of this video, if you just started tuning in, I'm going to try to do more live streams, just because it helps me. I don't always have the time to edit. It just takes a lot of time, and I want to still be interacting with my audience and just showing you guys what I'm doing in the lawn. I will still try to do some videos here and there where I am, editing and those types of things. But I also like the live feed because I get to interact with you guys. If you guys have questions like today when I'm showing you things on the side lawn and the backyard, I like to answer those questions, in person. I think that's pretty cool interaction, and not many outlets can you do that with your audience. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. And yeah, guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in and being a part of my audience, supporting me, liking my videos, commenting, and all that cool stuff. But I don't have anything else to show you guys today. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great Sunday evening, a great week, and we will see you in the next video. As always, guys, I'm Ben the Lawn Guardian, and I'll see you in the next video.